it just all came together. And just from a spiritual and energetic level, that's just confirmation, divine confirmation that we are doing the right work.
Yeah.
And the universe is here to support that. So I'm so excited as we move forward, as we continue to dream for the Mama's Den, as we continue to dream for our individual selves. We just know that we can do that. And now that it's like ripping the Band-Aid off. The first show is out the gate, so we know,
formula.
Yeah, we know the formula now.
What's up, y'all? It's Ashley.
It's Melanie.
And Codie here, and you've tapped into
The Mama's Den.
Welcome, welcome, welcome to the Mama's Den podcast.
We have to.
No, we're not going to keep doing that. She did that when we were with Melissa and Mel.
We came up with something last night, right?
Yes.
Welcome to the den. It was something.
No.
Come on in to the Mama's Den. It was something
Come
like
on
that.
in
To the Mama's Den. But what is this prayer?
Admittedly, that was like after several drinks.
I like it.
But let's actually welcome the friends of the den, the village. Good morning. It's Monday. Hopefully you're on your commute or you're still having your coffee at home. I don't know. But I'm Codie Elaine Oliver. I am 1/3 of the den. I am a mama to 3 boys, right? 9 and twins who are turning 7 any second.
Wow.
Y'all better wake up. Y'all better wake up.
Hi. I'm Melanie. I've got 2 kids. Cameron, 9. Kaya, 3, almost 4. And I am very tired today on this Monday.
Yeah.
Take me through there.
This is your favorite song.
Today, yes.
I am Ashley Chia. I have 4 daughters.
Damn!
That's ridiculous. Amira's, how old is she? Jesus, 16.
That's crazy.
I don't even know. Azara's 9, Asi is 7, and Natalia's 3. There.
Almost 4.
Yeah. Oh, my nail. God damn it.
This
Where the
nail.
fuck did that nail
Listen,
go?
let it live.
Let it go, girl.
This is
Where'd
life.
it go?
It fell in the crevice
Oh
of the couch.
no, you lost it? All right. While Ashley's looking for her fingernail, fam, the reason we're tired and don't know how to act is because last night we had our first ever live show.
Woo!
Last night?
Yeah, last night. We're talking to y'all in real time here, okay? We had our live show
It's
on
not Monday.
November 3rd, facts. On November 3rd in Atlanta. We are recording the next morning, and y'all are getting this on a Monday morning, okay? That's what's happening.
Okay, so yeah, it's Monday when you're listening, but it's not
is.
Monday right now. We're tired.
No, they know that at this point.
Do they?
I mean, they know that at this point. Okay, so wait, first of all, aren't you going to argue about whether or not it's our first live show? Because you had questions.
No, because we had a show we did the show in Miami.
Okay.
And we did the show in Yamava, and both of those were live shows.
So my argument is that both of those were live recordings of the Mama's Den.
Semantics.
Heavily sort of like curated by other entities, right? Like
A show?
We did the Art Basel thing and they told us what the topic was. We had a lovely guest host, Victoria Jen Rodriguez, do you recall?
Yeah, I love her. She's great.
She's
By the
wonderful. By the pool. And we did the Yamava show and
those are show.
oh, you're not wrong. We were live. And we literally spoke to our girlfriends who we had invited. What was there, 20?
20.
Which was fantastic. But we spoke to our girlfriends who we invited, and then we said, thank you, have a wonderful day. Last night we entertained.
So this was our first live show that we put on.
Yes, and
But it
fully
wasn't
curated.
our first live show.
Melanie, come on, don't be acting sleepy.
It's giving 2 things could be true.
All right. that's
No,
fine.
but I agree. I actually do agree with Codie. Last night I feel like was our first live entertainment show. We curated a show very differently than just a podcast.
From start to
episode.
People
finish.
believing the same wrong thing is not new to this
Girl.
world that we live in. So that means nothing to me, but I love that for both of you.
I'm rolling my eyes under my hat.
From start to finish, we curated every moment of it.
Yes,
sure
and we did it on not a wing and a prayer. Are those candles real?
No.
That's
They're beautiful, though.
wild.
Please note, we are in Atlanta in a beautiful studio with fake candles that we love. All right?
They're really blowing in the wind.
That aren't actually in the wide shot, so.
insane. It's like, where's the wind coming
my
from?
word.
And
Just
there's
like
still-
the
it's
answers.
Crazy. No, I don't even know what I was saying.
Girl,
What were we talking about?
you were talking about, first off, 2 things can be true, but
No, she said that. I
also
didn't
we
say
did this live show and we fully curated it, and
curated.
people came out
Yes.
for us, not our friends that we called and said, hey, you're going to get a free trip to Yamava, said with love.
So let's talk
Oh,
about
okay, I see what you're saying.
let's talk about how it all came to be because
Yeah.
last year, I did a show at City Winery in Atlanta, and Royce, shout out to Royce,
Shout
who
out to
works
Royce.
at City Winery, came to me at the end of my show and said, hey, I also saw you do a podcast. Have you guys ever thought about doing it live? And I was like, well, we actually have.
Yeah.
Would this be a possible venue for that? And Royce was like, yes, let's figure it out.
Shout out to
We started this
Royce.
conversation and this idea over a year ago. And obviously there was a lot of changes that happened. Obviously we went from 4 members to 3 members. There was a lot of changes. I moved. There was a lot of things that were going on, but I think in the back of our minds, we always had this idea about how do we bring the podcast to the people? And so we even started, I think, Codie, we started a conversation and then it
Absolutely.
went dead,
Yeah.
right? And,
Yeah.
and then we pushed to bring it back to life. And then it kind of all came to be. So
Yeah.
the journey through to get there, I just want people to understand, like, this was not just something we just decided 3 months ago, like, hey, let's do it.
Wait, in some ways we did, because you're right. We had the conversation. City Winery has like a very strict 75-day, 90-day, you can't do something in the same city.
Oh, yeah.
And we were invited
yes.
by Black Writers Weekend to do a conversation in Atlanta. So we couldn't do the City Winery show 90 days before or after.
Oh, that's
So it
right.
became like, well, we committed to this, so we're gonna do this. We'll hit you up, City Winery, when we're ready. And when you said you were moving, August 1st, the same day we did that show, we were like, so should we do this live thing in Atlanta at City Winery or not? And within like a couple of weeks, you had moved 1 month after you told us. We were recording remotely, like virtual episodes, and we like had to decide to do the show because they gave us dates.
That's right, they gave us dates.
Yeah.
And
That's
one of
right.
them was November 3rd, and it was like, we're either doing this or we're not.
Yeah.
So we literally decided between August 1st and September 1st.
Child, so much
That's
happened
crazy.
between that time. That's crazy.
And it
We
was
did a lot.
scary. I'll be totally honest. I didn't even tell y'all this. We decided to do it, or we talked about like, yeah, we're probably gonna do this. All this is happening over the course of that 30 days before you moved. And I remember thinking like, I don't know if I can do it. I don't know if bandwidth-wise I can. You know, I had just moved into a new rental, trying to get into my house. I don't know if bandwidth-wise I can do the promotion necessary, the content that we all have to create, do these remote episodes, take care of these kids. Like I heavily thought about calling y'all and being like, I don't know if I can do it.
Really?
Yes.
You never showed that.
Really?
No, you were just powering through every day with a new plan and a new idea and a new reel we needed to do. Like, it just seemed like it was gun-ho. Like, let's
Because if
let's
we're in,
go.
we're in, right?
That's crazy. You should share your feelings more often, but maybe not keep them inside. I don't know.
We didn't have a lot of time to second guess it. So it was kind of like all in or all out.
If you know what, though, if you would have called and said, I don't know if I could do it, we probably would have been like, okay.
Right.
Let's just not do it.
And then we wouldn't be here.
I know. So good thing that you did. Don't share your feelings. Talk to your therapist about them. That's
And
good.
did. And
That's
did.
good.
But I'm glad that we're here.
Yes.
Me too. You know, I just learned something. If you don't say how you feel all the time, it actually can benefit other people.
Okay, first of all, that's not the message.
That's
not
wild.
the message. The message
That's not the message?
for me
Oh.
is that I knew that you guys would want to support me if I was like, yo,
Yeah.
I don't think I can do it. And I had to make that decision fully for me to be all in. And I did.
Let's dig a little deeper, though. Is that good or bad?
Which part?
Well, you were overwhelmed
I was.
and you didn't think you could do it. But what I'm hearing is that you chose not to express that for the greater good of us as a group.
No,
not
for
the greater
all three,
good of you.
including me. No,
Oh,
no.
okay.
Sounds like a mom.
I
Yeah,
wanted
yeah.
to do it.
Sounds like a mom.
Yeah. I mean, for real. That was my birthday, Halloween. Okay, I did the same shit. Okay, it was about them kids.
Oh.
But I wanted to do it, and I knew that I had to make that decision for myself.
Yeah.
Right? If I expressed that doubt, it would leave room for you guys to either A, try to be sensitive to me, whether regardless of how you feel about it.
Yeah.
And then it would still fall on me to be like, just kidding. No, let's do it. So I did that by myself.
Oh, I'm
And I
proud of
have
you.
no regrets about that.
That's good. That's good.
That's crazy.
How do you feel about it, Melly Mel?
No, you know what I feel? I feel it was such a huge learning experience for us all because we had to rise to an occasion and a role and a structure that we have thus far never had to.
Yeah.
Period.
We had to run this in a business all of us.
Yeah.
We had to put on our hats. I created an Excel spreadsheet with budgets.
That's crazy.
You know what I mean?
haven't made an Excel
I
spreadsheet
think
since
this is
high
crazy.
school,
Listen,
college.
let me tell you something about
Excel sounds
You know they have Google Sheets
Let me tell
now,
you something
but-
about this artist.
She doesn't like Google Docs.
Both of her, I hate Google Docs. Both of sides of her brain work, and this is a thing that I've been conflicted with my whole creative life. Because when you're a creative, people either expect you to be only one thing, and if you know too much of the other side, they don't like you to. So it's a problem. But I use all of my skills.
I love that.
But I think for me, the thing that was exciting in this particular point is because one, I performed at City Winery, and I think I have experience as being a performer
Yeah.
and putting on shows and all the things that have to go into it. So I really felt like I was able to contribute in a different way this time, to be able to say, hey, these are the things we need to consider, talking about production, who's handling tech, what does it look like from a live performance perspective. And because I knew the venue, I felt more comfortable with the relationship.
And I would definitely say I leaned on that. Like I was like, okay, Melanie says it's gonna be all right. It's gonna be all right.
It is. Even down to the promotion of like how we were sharing online with socials. You know, we, for the first time, because we were recording in LA, and we would meet every single week. So we'd have an opportunity to be in space with each other. But this time now, we were recording virtually every week and having a weekly meeting to discuss agenda, what's on the docket, what do we have to do within this week leading up to the show.
Just for mom life, okay, this weekly meeting was like one
Chaotic.
person at the store with one AirPod in, talking to the people at the store, one person watching their kids. It was me on walks, like,
Yes.
okay, I lost service. That was our weekly
Wild,
meeting.
but we did it. The funny thing is we kept talking about promotion, like how are we gonna let people know, coming up with ideas, talking through viral moments, how can we create content to spread the awareness of the show? And I remember I kept telling everybody, trust me, because we get a ticket count, right? All the way up like week 1, week 2, whatever, every day. Codie would update us, here's the update, here's how many we sold, this is what it is. And there was a point where we were like, man, we really gotta move this. And I was like, guys, I'm telling you, as we get closer to the date, it will go up because people need time. First of all, nobody sees anything in real time anymore when it comes to social media. So
That's true.
there's a point of conversation that has to happen in the lead up. And then also people are also very last minute. Like,
Yeah.
oh, there's a show, I don't know what to do. And then City Winery is such a great venue for this because it brings in people who are looking to go somewhere but don't know where to go. And they're like, what's going on at City Winery tonight? So we almost had a completely sold out show last night, which is, I think, amazing. Amazing. Like I said, as somebody who is in the live performance space of promotion, to see that from a podcast to a live venue, the people that came out last night were real fans
Yeah, for
and
sure.
supporters. They
Yeah.
bought the merch. I was so happy.
And also just going back to like everything that we had to do to get here. Because I think to me, it's a lesson, for lack of a better word, like for all moms, for people who just like have things that they're passionate about, like y'all, our village knows like this is a Black Love podcast, but our village also knows, because I've said it many times this year, it's been a very difficult year. So this show, these sweatshirts, the hat, the mugs, everything was us. The three of us and Chia.
I was gonna say everything was the two of you on Chia.
The two of who?
Financially, it was the two of you on Chia.
I mean,
that wasn't my money, girl.
I mean, all the things that had to happen.
Yes,
were
yes.
us like this meeting wasn't just like, what are we gonna do for 90 minutes during our
Yeah.
show? We did curate that thing from minute to minute, like from beginning to end.
Yeah.
But the reality is, for anybody who like is passionate about something, like we showed up for ourselves.
Yes.
Like
Also-
you pulled these sweatshirts together.
Yes.
Solo dolo.
We were literally in a group. I said it yesterday. I was like, this is a group project.
Yeah.
And I haven't done one since college. Actually, I didn't even do any in college, high school. So it was really interesting to see the dynamics of how people fall in, fall out, where they feel strengths, where they feel weaknesses, how we process our emotions, our communication, managing, scheduling. It really is, but we're grown-ups now. We don't have a teacher directing us.
Yeah.
We had to do it, and we had to
We each
volunteer
have to be the
ourselves.
teacher at
Yeah,
times.
we had to say, all right, this is what I'm gonna do, this is what I'm gonna contribute, and we had to say, cool, you got it, and then back off,
Yeah.
you know, and let the other person do what they said they were gonna do.
Yeah, I know for me, I think because Chi and I have a production agency, and a lot of times everything doesn't just work out. It's always something.
Yeah.
And even for me, I had a week long of events. It wasn't like I had to go to Ohio for a event. We were planning a week long, every single day. There was an event that we had to do outside in the cold, in the
So
rain.
wait, you left your family in LA on what day?
I left my family in LA on a Monday. I still haven't seen my children. I don't see them till tomorrow. I'm gonna cry. I miss them so much. But I left them on a Monday, and I got to Ohio that night. She and I had to start working. Mind you, we fabricated these giant containers and turned them into stores. So we did this huge exhibit with LeBron, Nike, everybody, and we customized merch. So I was still doing merch for that, but we had staff and like just having to get permits for the city and work with Ohio State, all of that. It's like there's so much that goes into that, and it's so overwhelming. But just knowing that we've remodeled a lounge, we've remodeled all these things, and something always goes wrong. And Chia will stress, and I just never do, because I'm like, it's either gonna work out or it's not. I just don't have the bandwidth to be stressed out like that. I just kind of go with the vibes, and I'm like, okay, well, that didn't happen. I'm also a solution-based person, so I feel like, well, how do we fix it? And then we have emotions after that. But I'm not like emotions first, and then, so for me, like I knew, I could tell you were stressed, Codie, but I kind of just was like, people either gonna buy a ticket or they're not. Like we can promote.
I wasn't stressed about the ticket.
No, I know, but just all the things. I knew it would work out. I know that we vibe, so I'm not worried about the show in that aspect. I think the only thing I kind of was worried about was maybe like if people would enjoy it.
Yeah,
You know,
yeah.
like that was more my concern. Like I hope people don't walk away feeling like they wasted their money, you know? That was my biggest concern, but I trust Chia. He helped with the merch because this is just what he does all day, every day. So he just was like, what do you want to do? Got it taken care of. Like I didn't even think about it. He was like, it's getting shipped. So I just feel like I don't stress in that way. It's just not the nature of me. Like, I don't know. I worry about my kids, but I just feel like it's either gonna work or it's not. So I don't know. I was stressed out, but it wasn't like, I was just doing too much.
Yeah.
And I think that's what it was. I went from being in LA to my kids are in a Nutcracker. So that's like a whole thing of them having rehearsal 4 days a week. And I wanted to just like have a relaxing moment with them. I envision like my last moments with my children, and I'm like, if I go out of town, I just want to like have a family day, and but it didn't happen.
Yeah.
Like they were at rehearsal, Amir was here, they were there. We never had like a everybody together moment, and I felt a lot of guilt about that, like just not being able to spend time with my kids the way I wanted to. So that was stressing me out. And then Tata calling me every day, like, could you please just come home? I miss you. You've been gone
Lord.
too long. And that makes me sad because I just want to hold her and hug her. And then Amir had a minor fender bender, and it made me sad because I wasn't there to just like help her through that process. But I got to shout out my community in LA. Like I had friends who went and picked Amir up, took her to work. Another friend brought her home. People came
Amir
over.
has a job?
Yeah, girl.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
I know.
Okay, working, driving,
girl
girl.
is working.
I
Going to
know.
proms.
I know.
Going,
she had to go to
wait,
training.
It was homecoming.
Homecoming.
Two homecomings.
She did. She went to homecoming with Angel's son, which was really, really sweet.
Oh, we're spilling that tea? Okay.
It's
Love that.
fine.
I love it.
Yeah, his dad posted about it too.
Oh, okay, great.
Yeah, it's not a secret.
Okay.
No, he's an amazing, shout out to their son, Marcus. He's actually an amazing young man. And I'm like, they're really good friends, and she had the most amazing time. That should be a whole nother podcast about like how people raise their sons, but they are doing an amazing job. He's
that's a great
great
idea.
kid. Yeah, great kid. So, but all of these things, right? Like just managing that, managing this, and I just felt like I was just checking things off the list
Yeah.
and not really like living in the moment.
That's like motherhood. That's
Yeah.
exactly how I
But
felt.
I hate that though.
Yeah.
I hate that. Because then when it happens, you're like,
Yeah.
it wasn't even that bad and it worked out, so I should have been a little more present.
Yeah.
I was trying so hard yesterday to be like, okay, this is happening, live in the moment. But then it was just like, okay, get it done.
Yeah.
And then what's next? Gotta go home, rehearsal. So I don't know. I just want to like enjoy things more and stop like ticking, I think. Yeah, it sucks. Because you put all that work into it. It's like a wedding. And then you're just like, you don't really enjoy it.
Yeah.
But when you get to a certain place, you have a wedding planner that's doing all of it. So then you can enjoy it.
That's true.
We're gonna get there.
That's the difference. We are the wedding planners. Right now.
And the brides.
And the brides.
And the brides. And the groom.
And the grooms.
And
the
the
flower
guests.
girls and the guests.
And the
caterers.
officiant.
Yeah.
We everybody.
We everybody.
Okay. Wait, what, if anything, were you stressed about? Melly Belly?
What?
I wasn't really stressed about it. I'll be honest. I wasn't stressed about it at all. I I think I was more stressed on the management of the dynamic between all of us. I think that when you play new roles and you're stepping into new things, you're learning a lot about your partners. You're learning a lot about what their triggers are. You're learning a lot about what moves them, what they're, saying when they're not saying the things. Like it's a lot of just like, I think, human dynamics that I study with. So what I didn't want, I think the biggest stress was, I didn't want us to lose our joy, and I didn't want us to lose our excitement in the stress of it. And so that happens. It happens. It's the same reason why on a wedding day somebody's going to get cussed out because somebody's stressed and they're panicking about things.
Yeah.
So like that, I think, was the most thing, is like, I did not want this experience because we wanted something, we had a vision of what we wanted it to be. And that's why, I said it yesterday, I was like, this is our first time doing this. We have an expectation of how it's going to go. We also have to be okay if it doesn't meet that.
Yeah.
If we've done the best that we can do. And it's a learning curve. Like, we're going to learn so much from this process about what worked, what didn't work, what we need to change moving forward to continue doing it. And so that was, I think, my biggest stressor, is that I did not want the element of stress to shake the dynamic of love and joy and excitement for us. And I know that that's a real thing. And and then we're all stressed, we're tired. There's just so many variables. And so I wanted to stay in the light. And so that's kind of.
But that's hard to do. I think because with Chi and I's company, I hired all my friends, and like that, it is hard. It's a hard dynamic, but it's even with Chi and I, like, we get frustrated and we don't work the same. We don't communicate the same way, and we both have completely different visions. Well, it's not even that. We have the same vision, but we have different ways of handling it. And I think one of the hardest things working with people that you love and care about, or anyone in general, but when you love and care about someone, have a relationship with them outside the work, that then can carry over. But I think one thing Chi and I are really good at, and we had a discussion about this a long time ago, is like, whatever happens at work has nothing to do with our marriage and our relationship. And me and Nalo had to learn this too, because it's like a weird dynamic because I'm her boss. Do you know what I mean? But also, like, she rightfully knows what she's doing. And I had to be like, I just have to let her do what she does. Like, I can't tell her what to do because it's not going to work in that way. Like, I have an expectation, obviously, as an employer, right? But I have to let her handle, and the same thing with Chia. He has to let me do things my way because it's going to end up the same. It's just not, like, you got to close your eyes. It's like a kid, do you know what I mean? Almost, where it's like, you have to let your children figure it out on their own and do it their way, and just trust that they're going to get to the same end result. And I just think that's something that we all have to be a little bit better at. It's like, just trust the person knows what they're doing, that they're going to do it. It might not be the way that you would do it, but it's going to happen. But I'm actually really good at compartmentalizing, but I realize when I say my feelings out loud, or just in general, people hold on to that. I've already moved on. So it's like, if something happens between us, I don't even care anymore after it's happened. I'm just like, okay, well, we had a little argument. I'm moving on. But I know that everybody can't quickly shift that way. I think I'm just so used to it because I have to do that already with my other company, that it's like, this still has to get done. So like, even if we're mad at each other, it still has to get done. So I don't know. I think it's different for me in that way, because I'm just like, whatever. I just moved on from it. Everybody gets on my nerves at some point in the day. Okay, it's part of life. It's just gonna happen.
Well, I appreciate you, Melanie, for that, because I didn't actively think about it. I think because we have been getting along for so long, that didn't occur to me, of like preserving our joy around it. I think I took it for granted, like, oh, it just didn't occur to me. I think because I was bogged down with so many other details, that effort was certainly not on my mind. So you saying it, I was like, oh, I'm so glad somebody was doing that.
No, but I think that's what makes good dynamics and good partnership, right? Is that people come in and you see what's needed, and you just say, okay, I can step in and fill that role. I can, you know what, there's a budget that's gonna be needed. I don't wanna do that shit. I'm not an accountant, but I'm gonna step in and do it.
Today.
You know what I mean? Like, because I have the skill set to be able to do it, I'll figure it out. You know, so I think that's what makes any good partnership, is that you rise to the occasion, you see the need, you fill it. Solution oriented. What is the resolve? What is gonna get us through this moment? What is it? What do we need in this moment? Somebody's got to be the voice of reason within that. Everybody just can't sit in their corners when you're working in a team, when you have a common goal, and just be like, well, I'm going to take this position. I'm going to take this position. Nothing gets done that way. And I think that's something we've all had to exercise in our individual careers. And I think that's why we were able to have such a successful night, is that we were able to get to the finish line.
You know what it is too? I'm very used to being the person who has to be on no matter what. Obviously, y'all know Tommy don't like being on camera. Well, not just he doesn't like, he'll do Tommy at all times.
Yeah.
So whether it's a radio interview or the Black Love Summit or the whatever, and whether we got in a fight or whether he's just dry, I'm the one that's like,
Energy shifting.
Like, and even if, you know, when we're recording, like our episodes, you know, whatever the vibe is, I'm like, okay, Mom's done Monday, you know, like no matter what. So it doesn't, I think in my mind, I'm always prepared to do that.
Yeah.
So the thought of you just like, I want to preserve us, I don't know, it just struck me when you said it, because clearly my husband ain't doing that in terms of like, he gonna show up how he wants. And we work very hard to just like accept each other's difference in that way. Yeah. But yeah, it just really struck me when you said that.
I'm glad, because I know, first of all, you know, the ladies to my left and right, Codie and Ashley, flew in on Sunday, and I flew in on Monday because I'm on the East Coast, so I could have taken an early morning flight. I dropped my kids off, and the government is shut down. Whenever you're listening to it in this moment in history, if you're listening to this 5 years from now, the government is shut down currently.
For no good reason.
What is that? Sorry, government is shut down. I don't even know how that happens. Anyways, so, you know, there's all these variables of travel with federal employees. And so I get on the flight and I'm sitting there and I'm like, okay, everything's on time. And then next thing you know, the pilot's like, we're number 40 for takeoff. I'm like, I'm sorry, we're number what? And at that point, I think in a different time of my life, I would have just been like freaking out.
Yeah.
Like, oh my God, panic, panic, panic. And I'm like, I just was at this place. I was like, what am I gonna do?
Yeah.
What am I gonna do?
Girl, me too, when you sent that
I'm
text.
in it. But just so you know, I already knew in my mind, I was like, oh, this is gonna send a wave of panic, because Ashley was already like, Mercury's in retrograde. I think you should come in on Sunday. I was supposed to have family coming over on Sunday. It's like, I can't come on Sunday. I'm coming on Monday. And I knew she was gonna be like, I knew this was gonna happen, and I knew Codie. I already know. And then Codie was gonna be like, oh my God, this is crazy. We're losing time on our meeting we're supposed to have when she's supposed to be cutting into
freaking out.
No.
We did. Honestly, I said, I knew this was gonna happen. Codie was like, yes, you did. And that was the end of the conversation. We literally were, and then we just moved on, because it was like, well, there was nothing anybody could do about it.
But that's what I'm saying. In my mind, I just sat there and I was like, there's nothing we're gonna do. I was like, because you know what's gonna happen? And I said it on stage last night. I was like, and I also checked. I was like, you know what else could happen? Somebody could have messed up with my bag. I was like, maybe my bag is not on this plane.
Oh Lord.
And trust me, I was tracking my bag on the flight when we were sitting on the tarmac, like, why do I not have an update about where my bag is? And I was like, I literally said to myself, I said, what am I wearing? I was like, well, if I got to get on stage like this is going to make for one hell of a story. I have just been in so many circumstances in my career that have led me to be like, well, how are you going to handle this situation?
Yeah.
What's it going to be? And I was like, I know I'm not going to not miss the show, but if I got to be there in a hoodie and some jeans, that's what it's going to be. And that's going to be the story. So I think for me, I actually just came into it being like, it is what it is. You have done the best you can do to get here, and it's going to work out. I had full faith in my sisters. I had full faith that everybody was going to show up and be their dynamic, most charismatic, most entertaining, most full professional self. So I just knew I wasn't in a group project with two sisters that were going to be like, well, I don't know what we're talking about, and I didn't prepare. You know, I just knew that everybody was going to rise to the occasion when, as need be. So I just was like, give it up. We're here. We're gonna get there, and it's gonna be great. And it was. It was really great. It was really great.
I really like your shoes.
What'd you say?
I really like her shoes.
I mean, I think my wish for our village is, and I said this on stage because what we talked about was Mom's Night Out and really the greater theme of just showing up for yourself, whether that's going out for a night to get away from your responsibilities, or that's building something and committing to it, is number one, show up for yourself, find your tribe, whether that's one person, whether that's two people, whether that's all these moms groups that showed up last night, create things that you're passionate about and trust the people that you've chosen on that journey with you. But we show up and we get it done.
Yeah.
And I just want anybody listening to not give up on whatever you care about. Child, I mean, this has been
A doozy.
this live show has been a doozy. This last year has been a doozy. The last couple, like I don't remember what was happening with us last year, but I just remember thinking, like, I just have to preserve the Mama's Den. Like, there's just,
Yes.
I don't remember what, I just remember that. I remember having that conversation with Tommy. I know I told you guys
Yeah.
that. Like, I'm not giving up on this, no matter how hard it is. And so I just hope that people, like, take that message from us, from me, whatever, but, like, just show up for yourselves. Show up for the things that you care about.
You know what my wish for you is?
Oh, girl.
No, it's no, because I wish that you. It's not confidence. I wish you had more confidence in knowing that it would work out. Does that make sense? Because I feel like you stress a lot, and you stress, I would say, unnecessarily, and it creates more stress on you. But I think you are going to get it done. Like, there's not moments, well, since I've known you, that you have not got it done. When you were doing it was the same thing with your with the
Black
conferences,
Summit.
Summit.
Oh, child, that summit every year.
But
I'm
it
like,
always
no,
worked
thank you.
out. And I'm not saying for you to have an attitude of, like, not to worry about the details.
Yeah.
But I do think that you need to have confidence in what you built and confidence in yourself and knowing, like, number one, I'm capable. I know what I'm doing. I have the team, the people. If I don't have the team, I have me. And you clearly have proven that you could be a one-man show when need to be and when not to be with your company, with whatever. So I just think that I want for you to not put so much stress in your heart and understand that, like, it will work out however it's supposed to work out. And if it doesn't work out, we try again.
As much as I want to fight that, I agree with you.
Oh, look at the Lord.
I do. I'm like trying to be like, no. Yeah, you're right.
But I know the place of it. I know it is. It's also a condition of practice to be like, well, it doesn't work out unless you make it work out. You know what I mean? Like, you got to put in the effort. You have to check the details. Somebody has to be having checks and balances. It is a thing. It's a learned thing. But I will say that too, and I think that even in motherhood, this is like a lesson that we do. The more kids you have, you just like, oh, remember that first kid, how you stressed out over everything? You were micromanaging everything and being like, it has to be this and it has to be that. And then you get to them second kids and you're like, yeah, just don't go in the street. You know what I mean? I'll see you later. Like, there's a ease that comes with experience of being in a situation, and then you realize, oh, maybe I don't have to worry about that as much as I thought to.
Yeah.
And there's a sense that I hope every mother, every person, every creative, every person, when you get to a place where you get to actually sit in the ease of the hard work that you've put in, to be able to say, I know this, I do this, I trust myself. If I don't know the answer, this experience, this history that I have in working with myself, I will figure it out. And that is, you don't get there overnight. You don't get there overnight. But again, to that, you've built so much. You've built so much in that. And the value of that is crazy. Like, Codie came with cue cards.
Yes.
She had printed out from, when we were on our calls, typing out everything that we were talking about, and that preparation of that conversation, having it documented 3 weeks ago, is what had us prepared properly day of.
Yeah.
So she was able to be her best Barbara Walters self. But that brings her comfort in the moment. Yes. And so and then that also allows for us to be great. We get to stand on the side of that and be like, okay, now how do we help support this baseline? So it was, honestly, I when I think about the flow, even the stage hands that helped us move and shift, we told him that 30 minutes before doors open, like, hey, okay, now this segment, we need you to move the tables out. It needs to be one table and 2 chairs. Shout out to DJ Ola, who showed up and played makeshift DJ from backstage, so we had some music. It just all came together. And just from a spiritual and energetic level, that's just confirmation, divine confirmation that we are doing the right work. Yeah. And the universe is here to support that. So I'm so excited as we move forward, as we continue to dream for the Mama's Den, as we continue to dream for our individual selves. We just know that we can do that. Like, and now it's like ripping the Band-Aid off. The first show is out the gate, so we know,
the formula.
Yeah, we know the formula now. So, and we know what works, we know what doesn't work, we know what we would tweak, we know how to, it just really is great. It's just only up from here. Yeah. And then now, there's so much demand. Like, will you come to this city?
Girl,
Come to this city.
Book the tour before
I
the
know.
tour started.
I
Oh,
know.
now you want to do no, I'm kidding.
Right.
No, but it I think that we have to continue to use this energy to continue to push through.
Yeah.
And I think it's really amazing to see how all of this manifested in the most uncertain time of what life was happening for literally all of us.
That is
Yeah.
how we started the podcast. That is
Yeah.
the root of our podcast.
That is the root of motherhood.
That's the root of
uncertain times.
Yes.
What am I doing? There's a
is-
baby here now.
Right, yeah.
And I'm responsible for
But
it.
also, that goes back to my point. If we can record a podcast, pregnant,
During a pandemic,
testing ourselves every week, we're good.
We're
We're
good.
pretty much good.
we survived a pandemic. We can do this.
We can do hard things. Like
Yes.
But also with my kids, I tell them all the time because they're in dance and there's a lot of competition in that. And I'm like, some people train for 4 years to go to the Olympics to place fourth. To place fourth. It's okay. Like, and I like to look at that because I'm like, like God is not picking on me. Like some things are just not going to work out. Sometimes you are fourth after training for 4 years, and it's okay.
And you also have to recognize you made it to the Olympics.
Yes.
Like you have to, no matter what's happening,
Yeah.
you have to recognize how far you've come
Yeah.
and where you have, like what level you're on, even if.
To be able to say that I was fourth out of how many people that
Yeah.
made it
In
didn't
the
even make it.
Olympics,
In the
because there's somebody
Olympics.
that's fourth in their local community gym. and
And shout out to them, okay?
There's no shade. I'm just saying there's levels to it. You know,
Yes.
I understand this in the music industry.
Yeah.
Very much so.
Yeah.
So it is true. It is the practice of being present and grateful for
Yep.
where you're at, for what that win is of that day. Child, if you got them kids out the house on time with both shoes on, that's a win for the day. That's a win for the day.
Don't
That
know
makes
how
me
y'all
think-
kids don't have shoes. That's so crazy.
Girl, I mean, usually they have shoes on.
No, Kaya's rain boots have definitely fallen off when we took her into school and be like, where's the boot?
probably
And she'd
took
be like,
them
it fell back there. And it's like, sis, why didn't you say something? And we got to turn around and go get the rain boot.
Wait, that made me think of this woman I saw on Instagram yesterday who was 26 weeks pregnant and ran the New York Marathon.
Yeah, you sent me that. That's crazy.
And regardless of where she placed or whatever, when she got, who
showed up.
cares when she got done?
started.
I actually loved the videos I saw. They showed a video of the final finishers.
oh,
It was like, 20 people and all the different ages and like, it was amazing just to see these people finish.
Yes.
And everything we're doing is not a 26-mile marathon, but like the reality is like, recognize how far you've come, recognize what you've accomplished, and be proud of yourself. Only you know that. There's always going to be somebody to be like, oh, you were fourth? Oh, you were
but you know me, I'd be like, I was fourth in the Olympics, though.
ho. So yeah, like show up for yourself. That's the message.
Yeah. And we
And-
did, and you do, and we will.
Again.
I love it. Okay, so on that note, right? Follow us at the Mama's Den
we have a listener
Podcast on
question today?
Instagram. We don't have a listener
We don't have
question.
a listener
She said,
question.
"What up, Liz?"
We don't. We'll get to those very soon. But follow us at the Mama's Den Podcast on Instagram. Send us DMs with listener questions. You can also email us at podcasts
With an S.
at blacklove.com. And make sure you're following the podcast or subscribing or whatever your Apple Podcast, your Audible, your thing is telling you, do that. Because then you get notifications every week when we have new episodes.
Yep.
So that's very important.
I'm proud of us.
Proud of us.
We did it. We did it, Co.
We did it. We did it, Co.
Bruh.
We
I
did
like
Co.
it. I like that.
I like it.
All right, that's the Mama's Den.
Yay.
See you next week.
There's my nail.
That's a
Well,
perfect
that's
ending.
staying in.
That's perfect.